So
We're gonna call to order the meeting of the River Plantation Municipal Utility District Board of Directors. It is 6:30 PM on March 27th. First thing we're gonna talk about is apparently, Davis, the board wants to vote on, what we talked about. So I suggested that we try not recording for a couple of meetings to see if we get more people to attend. Several reasons. People are getting lazy, they're not coming to the meetings, they're sitting at home watching the videos, and then they have questions, and they're posting them on social media where we either can't answer or choose not to answer, whatever, okay? So I want people to start coming to the meetings, okay? The second thing is, I don't know about you guys, and I know it's hard to believe, but I sometimes feel intimidated by the camera and do not say everything I wanna say. I know that's hard to believe, but with that camera there, it makes it hard, and if I feel that way, as outspoken as I am, I'm sure somebody else feels that way, okay? So, and there's nothing in the law that says we have to record. We're one of the few MUDs that do record our meetings, and it can come back to bite us sometime when people take it out of context. So, opinions, comments?
I disagree. I think we should keep recording it and posting it, because that does get the community more involved. We do have a problem with getting community involved here. We've got, 900 homes here, and we have one or two people at the meetings and one or two people commenting on the,
Well, then it doesn't help.
well, it doesn't hurt. You said that it could come back and bite us, but it could also come back and help us if we have to show that, this is what was said, not what you assumed we said, or something like that. Because we don't have a transcript, and the meeting minutes are pretty vague. I don't think they help the public very much. I would much rather them be able to view this, see what's going on at the meeting. If they want to attend in another meeting and show up here, that's great. If they're going to post on social media, I say just let it go. You can't stop social media, but you don't need to get involved in it either. If they really want to make a comment about something, yes, they should show up here and do that. And we probably need to make that more evident to people that this is how you address issues that you have with the
I agree. He said exactly everything I was gonna say. In the reverse, it also protects us on decisions were made, what we said. Yeah, I think that's probably a bigger piece of why it should continue to be recorded versus worrying about what somebody takes out of context.
So they
It's
have to be
protection.
kept, they have to be kept forever, so someone has to pay to maintain them forever.
It's just that we already have a Dropbox site that will easily handle them. We've got a terabyte, I believe, that's gonna handle us for as long as we live.
Yeah. Then somebody else's problem.
Then it's somebody else. Alright,
Can I
anybody
ask
else?
can I ask you a question?
Sure.
If you record it, does it have to be posted? I mean, you can record it for posterity.
Then we run into the problem of people requesting Freedom of Information Act requests, and then it runs into costing us more money, and then yada, yada, yada.
And I know people that do look at the videos. They talk to me about it, and one guy's a contractor here. He gets home late. He has a hard time making it, but he does watch the meetings, and I'm willing to accommodate that.
Is there a way we can put a counter of some kind on it so that we know how many people have watched it?
It's on there, you can see.
How many people have actually
How
watched
many
it?
views?
or
Well, how
commented?
many people have looked at it? Well, no, not people, how many times it's been viewed.
Right.
Somebody could do it,
Somebody
watch
could
it
look
2 or
at
3
it,
times and you
yeah,
just
or
got 2 or 3.
25 or 26 times, yeah.
But it
Because
does-
one of them I looked at, it had 700 and some views. I doubt one person in every household
Yeah.
watched it,
There were some people in China watching it.
yeah, could be.
I'm in favor of not recording it. I think that it just
I mean, let's
opens a
just
can
try
of
it.
worms.
So,
And I don't like the idea of using a stick with our constituents. I'd rather use carrots to get people involved. I consider this a carrot to have a video, at least they can see it, and then they can get involved more. But if we take it away, then I think it's just less likely that people are gonna get more involved.
well, the whole problem is we moved it to the night because everybody complained that they wanted it at night so they could be involved. Well, I guess now we're not recording, so now I can use the language I was gonna use. Everybody
I can
bitched
record.
about
I can
moving.
We're
record it
recording up there, right?
because we didn't make a decision yet, so I'm keeping it as it is.
Okay,
So the,
I resign as president.
What?
So move over,
No, don't.
move over.
What do you mean?
Because we were about to make a decision, and the
Yes.
decision was we weren't gonna record until we made the
The
decision.
decision is to stop recording.
No,
not
the
to-
decision was we were not going to record.
There was no decision to not record. That was your decision alone. We said we were gonna put it to a vote. So that no decision has been made from the board, only from you. And I don't think you can make arbitrary decisions on your own.
I didn't make a decision. We have not determined what we're going to do. So now that you've started the recording, it has to be kept.
And I can stop it at any point and cut it off, and we can keep what is recorded at this point and go on. If we vote to not record, then we will shut it off, and it will no longer be recorded, but we will save the first 10 minutes here of this discussion. But if we vote to do it, then we won't have the first 10 minutes of the meeting to publish. So therefore, I recorded it just like we do every meeting.
Okay. I make a motion that we do not record the meetings for the next couple of months, so we can see how it goes. Let's see if we get more involvement. Do I have a second?
A second.
All in favor?
You guys are making it hard here.
All in favor? Aye.
I'm not sure what I wanna do on this one, because I don't have a problem with pausing it for 1 or 2 meetings, but I think we have to revisit it if we do that.
That's fair enough.
Why not? I'll revisit, let's be a revisit. Let's see what happens.
So if we make that decision, then let's select, I think you've said a couple, right? So let's just say 2 or 3 meetings.
Yeah,
Okay.
Make that
Just-
part of the decision, right?
Sure.
Right,
And then we'll revisit it, kind of see
Right.
it as a pilot, right?
Okay,
Thoughts on
I'm
that?
still voting no.
okay. So we got 2 yes, 1 no.
what, oh.
We got 2 yes,
Well,
1
let's-
no.
if we do it with that revisiting it in 2 meetings, 2 months,
2 months.
then I guess I would go yes. I want
So that's
revisit.
3.
And again, the entire purpose is to see if we can get more people
Attendance.
in the community to come personally.
Correct.
Mhm.
And how would they learn that though? You know, where is it? You know, how come I can't find it? I mean,
It's on the
is-
website when our meetings are, it's all.
Yeah, right. No, but I mean, how will they know that we're not recording, therefore that's the only option? Will we also put that on our website that,
Oh, one
you know, for the
thing,
next 2 months, it'll only be
One thing
in-person
we-
appearance?
one thing we could do, I don't know if we'd wanna use it for that, but we could send a text out to all those that are registered.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, we have that option, we pay for it, doesn't cost any more to use it.
It would be good for the people to understand the efforts. You
Yeah,
know,
we
and
could-
really,
we could
there's a
send-
there's a
we could
positive
have-
reason
The-
behind it, because
right.
you're trying to get
get
more
more
people,
involvement,
and where you can have interaction right then, real time versus
correct.
whatever's happening.
Yeah, we could draft some kind of a text and then have Touchstone send it out.
So So with how we're defining it now, I'll go with the trial of, what we're gonna say, for 2 months, for the next
Sure,
2 months, or
next
you
2
wanna
months.
count, you wanna count this one? No, that's not fair to count this one though, is it? Cause we need the community to know in advance, right?
No, so then you're gonna record this one.
Right. Isn't that right? Because we need the opportunity for the community to understand what's
We're
going
sending
on.
out a text message.
Yeah, but they couldn't come today because they didn't know. It's for the next one. And the,
Okay,
and
so
the
then
following.
we don't record this one and 2 after this. How about that?
So we
We're
don't
not
record-
discussing
record this
anything
one.
tonight anyway.
We don't record April or May.
Yes.
Yes,
But we,
that's fine.
But we record March.
yeah, because we're doing it. And, cause if the reason behind it is to give people an opportunity, well, people didn't have an opportunity to come to this one because we didn't get the message out like Tom said we could do on the mass notification, right?
Are you saying because they don't know when the meetings are?
No, I'm saying they didn't know that this was the only option. If we turned it off right now, they did not know, well, gosh, I gotta go.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm saying do it for the next 2, and then we have time to put a notice out to be fair to
I
everybody.
think that's a very good point.
I say we don't do it today. I say we start it today and, so make a motion. Make your own motion. I made my motion.
Well, have we finished voting on the
Finish
first
that.
motion?
No, no big mean, I don't know that we even.
Well, we had 2
We're
yeses.
2 to 1.
If you're saying it's gonna be turned off tonight, then I would vote no.
Okay.
If you're saying that we'll start in the next month, was it April and May, then I would vote yes for the trial basis of 2 months to see if it actually gets more attendance, and then Tom could get the notification out to the public.
I say this month and 2 months.
Well, then,
No pressure,
So,
Doug.
no pressure.
No pressure.
so we need a motion.
I
for-
made a motion
So, but it,
that
so
we do
you're-
not record this month and we do not record for the next 2 months.
but then
I-
Mark asked for detailed explanation.
I
So
heard
detailed
this.
explanation on the motion is that we don't record today or the next.
Or the
month.
next 2 months,
Right.
correct.
And so,
Tim second, is that what you
A
second?
second.
so I vote no for that. We
Okay.
can do another motion of record today and go.
So with that,
Okay,
with those details you now provide, I vote no. Because I
okay,
think we should give the public, if that's the reasoning, then we should give the public a chance to attend.
okay.
So that means
Well, the reality is they have a
They
chance to
will.
attend because we announce when the next meetings are
no,
on
but
video.
just like,
But they're used to watching the video.
Yeah.
And now we cut it off without letting them know.
But they
Right.
haven't been here in the last 6 months or last year
But they
either.
do watch the video.
I've had people talk to me about it. My next door neighbor has asked questions. I had no idea he was watching it.
Well, I thought we amended it though.
Huh?
I thought we were amending it, and we're not gonna amend it.
This month and the next 2 months.
Okay, then I just have to say no.
Okay. Okay,
So now you can do a new motion
Yeah.
for the next 2 months.
Starting next 2 months.
okay.
If you'll amend it the other way, then I would say yes.
To what, the next 2
we-
months?
as
Yeah,
we-
So
go-
second his.
Go ahead and record this one, and then not record the next 2 months on a trial basis.
And I second that motion. If that's an official motion, then I'll second that motion.
Okay.
All in favor?
I still don't
I
know.
say no.
Yeah. I, under those circumstances of just trying it out as a pilot for the 2 next future meetings.
I'm okay with trying it out, yes.
So it passes.
Would you say yes or no?
No,
Yes.
it wasn't that good.
So it's 4 yeses and 1 no.
We're
4
gonna-
yeses and 1 no.
I thought you said no.
I said no to his.
Oh, you did?
Hey, I
I'm
thought-
confused.
Wait,
You gotta
I
get-
made
you
one.
didn't make it.
Tom
Tom
made
You
did.
made
it.
it.
I
I
seconded
said
it.
no.
You said no to that, and I say no to
Let's-
that.
let's-
That's, you know, so-
Let's do this. Are we gonna record tonight's meeting? I'll make a motion that we record tonight's meeting. Do I have any seconds?
Yes, I second that.
Okay? And all in favor?
I thought we already did that.
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay? And then I make a motion that we do not record April,
So wait a minute, that was 3 ayes, 3 yeses and 2 nos?
yes,
Or what did you
No,
vote?
I'll vote for it.
Okay, 4 yeses and 1 no. Okay,
I make a motion that we do not record April and May.
okay. can second it.
I'll second that as with the clarification that it's for a pilot and it's up for review, but I think we need to have, what determines, is it, you know, one extra person, two, I mean, is there a percentage of difference than
Well,
what
I'd
we have
like
now?
to see more than one person at each meeting.
Yeah, well, we've had meetings when nobody was here other
Right.
than people that had to be here.
Right.
So I guess we can, has it been second? I'll second it, and then we'll just, clearly we'll see the difference, or if there is a difference, right?
Okay, are we gonna send out a text notification?
That was
Yeah,
the
who's-
purpose
Sure.
of, that was the
Who's gonna
purpose
draft
of
it?
waiting until
Go
next
ahead.
month.
Yes.
Will you draft it?
Okay.
You're good at that.
I'll have to get with you, cause
First, we need to vote on it, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you guys draft it.
In favor of this then?
Did you made a motion?
No,
No, he seconded
I
it.
second it, Tom, I mean,
Tom made the Tim made the
Tim
motion.
made
the
the
motion.
motion, I second
Second.
it.
All in favor?
Aye.
No.
No.
Still 4-1.
It's still a no, so,
I
okay.
was just
Okay.
trying to
Okay.
work with it.
All right,
Alright.
so Tom, you're gonna be responsible for sending out a text, or
But somebody's gotta
Not me.
draft it. I'm not a drafter. I'm not good
you're
at
not a drafter?
Yeah,
Okay,
somebody draft it and I'll get it sent out.
okay.
Is there a number of fonts, I mean, digits, characters?
You say what
Okay.
needs to be said and we give it to Touchstone and they'll send it out.
I'll send it to you.
Okay. All right, minutes of the meeting of the board of directors. Any questions, comments? Do I hear a motion to accept them?
No questions, I make a motion that we accept the minutes from the, February meeting.
Do I have a second?
I second it.
That's all
All in favor?
Aye.
Comments from the public, Betty? Oh, you didn't wanna make any comments? Did you change your mind? Oh, okay. Financial and bookkeeping matters.
All right, everyone.
right. You act like you got a surprise.
I already told y'all the surprise. We left off from the last meeting at $39,152. We got your transfer from the online account at $61,000. Maintenance tax rolling in at $92,603. We received in the insurance claim from TML for the well motor. Earned interest on the account. Process payment to the TCEQ. This is your annual regulatory assessment fee. And then also process your payroll taxes and bank service charges. Under checks previously approved, we issued your CenterPoint Energy, and then J&K Lawn Services there. Today for y'all's approval, we've got Alpha Lawn Care for lawn services.
Can I stop you there?
Yes, sir.
I'm just curious, why are we paying both, services this month?
What else?
Lawn care and J&K?
J&K takes trees.
That's tree
Shouldn't say
service.
lawn maintenance next to J and K.
Tree service.
Tree, change it to tree,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's tree guy only.
tree removal only, okay? Alrighty,
That's a good question, Carl.
Thank you.
okay. And then we have consolidated for telephone expenses, Gardner,
Point on that one. It, actually, that 141 is for the internet service, is really all it is, isn't it?
For what?
We don't have any phones anymore.
Consolidating?
It's actually just internet service.
Well, we have
Oh, yeah,
phones at
phones,
the wastewater treatment
But
plant.
those
We
are,
use the
they're billed
modules.
separately.
Oh, does
They
it?
use the modules through us for
Okay.
those.
Those are all billed separately, that's just our internet service.
let's change that.
If you wanna be correct about it.
Well, come on, guys. How long have I been coming to this meeting?
I
Y'all
mean, how
should
long
tell
have
me
you
this.
not been coming to this meeting?
Okay, let's change that to internet specifically. Internet expenses. I was already. Okay, below that, we're voiding check 1285. Then we've got bookkeeping fees, maintenance and operations, prepared publications for operations admin. Why are you looking at me? Do you want me to change that? No, okay, move on. We've got billing for your joint drainage and your STP fund. And then your legal fees for both of your attorneys, Touchstone for emergency alert system, your engineering fees, so all of their ongoing projects and their general engineering, refunds for the month, and then your new blank checks to replace the ones that we issued. Ending balance of $92,056. Your next page is your online account. Accounts receivable coming in at $62,739. You've got that transfer over to your general operating fund, and then customer returned NSF items. As always, it's NSF on their side paying into your account. It's not y'all's account going negative. Ending balance, including your Texas class account, is at $1,405,985. Your tax account, tax collections coming in at $237,000. We earned interest on the account, and then you'll see that transfer over to your general fund, and then a transfer to your debt service fund. Ending balance of $92,582. And you'll see as of February, we are 89.19% collected. So we're still waiting on $224,000 to come in. Your next page is your capital projects fund. You've got your transfer from text class to cover today's expenses and bank service charges listed. Then today for y'all's approval, we've got all team solutions. This is pay estimate number 1, so y'all's first time seeing this. McDonald Municipal, this is pay estimate number 9 and 10, which is the final. And then Vogler and Spencer for all of their ongoing projects in this account. Ending balance, including your Texas class account, is $1,293,000. Your debt service fund, we talked about this at the last meeting, and I think a few meetings before that actually. We are combining your debt service park account and your debt service fund. Your previous bookkeeper had them separated, but we've talked to your financial advisor, and it doesn't need to be separated. So we're gonna have those combined, so that's closing that account together. Tax collections came in at $100,000, and we earned interest on the account, bringing our ending balance to $729,292. Your next page is your sewer treatment plant fund. We received payment from East Plantation and River Plantation. Have bank service charges listed, and then under checks previously approved, we issued both of your blanks, one to Energy and one to Republic. Today we have GFL for sludge removal, your bookkeeping fees for the month, maintenance and operations, and then your new blank checks. Ending balance of $6,287. Next page is your joint drainage. Service charges are listed, and we issued your Energy blank check for utilities. Today we have bookkeeping fees, engineering fees, and a new blank check for Energy. Ending balance of $10,364. Your next page is your profit and loss for month of February. If you're looking at the middle column, you're looking at October through February, so a good chunk of your year. Maintenance taxes are at $1,084,250, which is above what we anticipated, and that's wonderful. We always take your maintenance taxes at 98%, so we're going to have a little bit over that. We anticipate that.
Can I ask you about the customer service fees, water? It's, we're counting 4 months here. We got 136,000, but this time we got 21,000, so that's quite a discrepancy from the other months, I'm sure, right? I would think that it'd be more than even.
This is October, November, December, January, February. This is going to be 5 months.
5 months.
It starts October 1st.
Still doesn't add up to 5. If you multiply 21,000 by 5, it doesn't equal 136.
And your higher usage months are typically in the summertime period. So I mean, we'll see October, November, December, well, even now, they don't come in even every single month either.
Okay.
So.
Good. Perfect. That's all.
Okay. You'll see that on your sewer side too. Both of them, they don't come in, exactly even every time.
Okay.
Overall, I'd like to point out your interest. We've collected so far $15,171 for interest. Your total income collected is $1,432,000. Your expenses, all of your water and sewer expenses, brings us on to the next page. All the way down past your administrative expenses, we're looking at a total on that third column, $658,957 as a net gain right now. This is, we haven't expensed everything we've expected so far, so plus we're a little bit higher on maintenance taxes, and that's can attribute, both those things attribute to this. Your next page is your joint drainage fund, profit and loss with zeros across the bottom, showing that we have billed everything out to River Plantation, your general operating, and East Plantation. And then your last page, the same idea here, so your zeros across the bottom show we've billed everything out. Do you have any questions? Or anything else you want me to change? Please tell me. Sometimes I'll leave it on there if it's thinking something, but.
The sewer treatment plant fund is also, the revenue for that is also varying every month, right?
On the profit and loss?
Yep.
Yes, the revenue section of your joint drainage and your STP fund, those are based on your expenses. So what I do is once we receive, that's why we're 1 month behind, you'll see we're doing January profit and loss right now. Once I receive all the expenses in for the month of January, then I go through and I actually create the bills myself, and I bill to the penny out the portion of East Plantation and the portion of River Plantation back. So the revenues in there is completely just driven by your expenses. So some months you may have higher expenses, sometimes they could be much lower. It just depends on the month.
That I don't understand. I thought expenses were separate from revenue. You're saying you're taking expenses out of the revenue?
Your sewer treatment plant fund and your joint drainage plant fund are there is no revenue unless it's billed. So the only revenue that's coming in is the exact bills that I send out to the participants.
Okay. Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
I have a motion to accept and a motion to pay the district's bills. Okay, do I have a second?
A second?
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
And I also, sorry, Taylor reminded me, I had that check, the 2 extra checks for you guys. They're not on this report, but you guys saw them and approved them. One is for the cleaning, and then one is for the that pay estimate.
Pay application number 7 for the wastewater plant. That one came in late. Usually I don't do that, but the contractor been doing a good job, and so I tried to. Tiffany was nice enough to write a check. So.
Okay. All right. Next thing, park maintenance matters.
What's the latest on the benches and the plaque? I know you
Plaque
told
came
me.
out to $198 per plaque,
Okay,
and I ordered it yesterday, and we'll see how long it takes to get in since it took 4 weeks for the quote.
what time frame did they give you for it? They didn't? Okay, all right. And then I found out last night, and I meant to tell you today, but I didn't. There was some kids on a golf cart, a 6-passenger golf cart, riding on Charleston, on one of the tee boxes, and doing wheelies and tearing up the tee box. And one of our customers saw what was going on and walked out behind her house. She lives it's between Ravensworth and Old Hickory. Old hole number 3, I believe she said. And she saw the mother of one of the kids, and the mother got very adamant about they're just having fun, don't worry about it, mind your own business kind of thing. And once the rain's over with, I wanna go over there and take some pictures and see what kind of damage they've done. I know the name of the lady that's the mother of the kids. She gave me her name. So we'll see. I don't know what we can do. She says she has a video, that her neighbor took a video, and she's supposed to have emailed it to me, but she hasn't yet. But she does have a video of them riding on Charleston. And,
Well, the sign says that golf carts are allowed.
but not on the grass.
Well, it doesn't say that, but it makes
I mean,
common sense.
I think
It would make sense, you're right.
I thought it did.
Yeah, I think it says golf carts are allowed.
designed for it, but not doing what you described, right? That's destructive behavior,
Yeah.
Exactly,
right?
It's
Exactly
behavior,
right.
not what to do.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I've seen people pull out and just stop and let the
Yeah.
dog run, they're not telling anything, but. So we might have to
So what,
amend this.
do we need to do anything at this point, or just wait and see what happens?
I think we'll wait till I get the video, and then we can discuss it,
Okay.
Look at the sign.
and then take a look at the signs. I've got it stored away somewhere, I'm sure you got it there, Julie.
What?
The sign, so that we can see exactly what it says on the
You
sign.
can see it on our website, just pull it up, pull up the website, and you can see it. The whole thing is there.
Sign it.
What about, since we're talking about the park, didn't I read you said they got the electricity hooked up for the sprinklers, are they active now?
We're meeting out with them, next week to go over, they are active now, but they gotta time them up and set all.
So we're not gonna go through a drought?
Correct.
So the hard part's done, so
Okay.
now it's just wiring it all together.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm meeting them out here next week, and,
Another thing
we're
you
getting all
need to
set
do is
up.
make sure the sign is still there. Cause
What?
those two on, Shiloh have been misappropriated.
Okay, here's our website.
You
I've
got
got a
RPCI?
picture of it somewhere.
You should be able to pull up the,
No, I got RPMUD.
We've got the,
Yeah,
we've got the
that's right.
park rules on
you
the
should, the park rules
website,
are on there.
which is, the minutes of the meeting, park rules, I believe.
Well, it's,
I have a picture.
I can't remember, it's what they got it posted under now.
Under meetings,
It's,
No, it's under
resources.
resources.
Yeah, it's under resources, and it's, section 3.
That quiet bunch up there today.
No person shall operate a vehicle other than a golf cart in a manner permitted herein within the recreational areas or district property except on the road or associated parking lots. Operation of a vehicle on the shoulder of a road will be limited to driving thereon for the purpose of parking on the shoulder of the road or driving a parked vehicle from the shoulder of the road to the paved portion of the road. This provision does not apply to any vehicle making deliveries of materials, supplies, equipment purchased or rented by the district, other than a golf cart.
So what does that mean
Means golf carts can drive on the
on the grass?
grass.
It really doesn't distinguish between grass or a park pathway.
Well,
I think
here's B though.
The rules say, that no person shall operate or cause or participate in the operation of a vehicle, including a golf cart, in a manner which causes damage to district facilities or improvements.
Beautiful.
Yep.
And that is,
Section 6.
section 6D.
Yep.
Okay,
And B actually says, no person shall operate or cause or participate in the operation of a vehicle of other than a golf cart on a path within the recreational facility.
Well, what you
isn't there
just
an
said
age
covers
restriction
it.
also, Davis? Don't
What
you
you
have
just
to be a
said.
licensed driver?
Yeah.
Yeah, H. Says no
H.
person
Yes.
shall operate a vehicle.
Cause this
including a
kid's
golf cart
12 years
recreation.
old.
12.
Yeah, they gave him his golf cart for his birthday.
Oh.
So that'd be section 6, H.
That's
Davis.
right.
Davis.
Right.
Yeah,
I
must be accompanied by a
I see
licensed
that.
driver, at least 21 years of age.
That's even
Yeah,
better.
but how are you gonna enforce, I mean, that's not really, how are we gonna enforce it? I mean, that's not really.
Well, like I told the lady on the phone last night, I said, the problem is, we gotta catch them. You know,
Not if she's got a
Well,
video
yeah.
and,
If you
not if
distinguish who they are by
Yeah.
video,
true.
and if they did damage.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
we
the
gotta
main
see what
thing,
they
we
did.
gotta see what they did.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'll take a look and see what they did, and I'll take some pictures and present it.
Good.
can we go back to the plaque and park bench for a second?
Mhm.
Do we have that posted yet on our website where we advertise and where people know?
No,
Maybe once we get this one done, we can take
That's
pictures.
what I was gonna say, once we get a picture of the plaque, so we know, I mean, all I have it is a piece of paper
Right.
where she typed it up.
And then put it on there with the cost, you know, cause it'd be a flat rate, right, on the plaque? And bench installation.
Yeah, I think that's what we said, we would wait to see and get the
How much
first
it-
one out.
Right.
Go from there.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, I counted 22 trees dead between the entrance and Stonewall Jackson, and that was just driving by in my car, so I think we need to get out there and we need to get somebody out there to look at the trees. There's a
Okay.
ton of them that are dead. that-
Okay. And I contacted Alpha, when they cut the grass last time, there was a lot of limbs and debris in their way, so they compiled it all underneath trees. There's several trees that have stacks of limbs underneath it, and I asked them, well, I asked him if they would clean it up. And he said, yeah, we can do that. And he gave me a quote,
Which was how much?
$12.50.
Each month?
No, just for,
every time.
For one time?
just for
Every time
this
he does
trip.
The current piles.
Because
I
250 or 300 of it is just taking it to the dump.
Yeah.
Good firewood.
That's true.
That should be included in the monthly fee, I would think, when you pay him $7,000.
Well, you're right, and we should have thought about that.
I thought we did, but I guess not.
Well,
They're cutting it twice a month now, starting in April. So,
We just had a talk with him, tell him we need to work something out, and we can't afford to pay the extra $1,200 every time. something
well,
happens.
I talked to Jay, and he's gonna come take a look and see what he'll charge.
okay.
So,
Someone look at those trees too. There's a quote on those
Okay.
trees.
okay.
Anything else?
That's all I got for the parks.
Okay. Operators report.
All right. Good evening, board. We have the February report in front of you. Connections totaling of 978 with 41 vacancies. Revenues totaling at $63,826.65. Bill consumption of $5,923,000. Below we have our production, total pumpage $6,534,000. We are 93% accounted for this month with 6 leaks repaired. Most of those leaks were caused by the cable contractor. We do have the back charge information for those, so we'll be working on that. We did take our 6 bacteriological samples, all came back good. Below we have our wastewater treatment plant numbers. We did breach our ammonia by 0.55. We have reported to the state and we're working on that. We haven't had one in quite some time, so it's most likely be a slap on the wrist.
On the reuse numbers, is that 1,000th of a
Yes.
1,000
Mhm.
gallons?
Yeah, they didn't run it very much last month, and when we attempted to turn it on, the cable contractors hit it right here on Stonewall Jackson going underneath the road.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is 750 the minimum?
Yes. Yeah. Below that, we have our aged receivables along with our consumption. And then the following page is the report that we've added to your report, the production and accountability report. We're at 93% accounted for this month and 94 for a 12-month average. And then below are the 2 charts reflecting those numbers. And then the final page, we have a copy of our DMR that was reported to the state, again showing that 1 with the ammonia. And again, we're working on that, so.
Is that still out of balance?
What, no, we got it back on track. We had an issue with the belt press, our solids were high, our aged sludge, basically, but we're getting caught back up. So,
I've got another question. On the accounting report on the invoice, IN 6.5 hours for electrical technician, 6.5 hours for a supervisor. Made that whole job go to $5,400, and is that?
Correct. So that one, unfortunately, we have to use transfer pumps on our trucks, because we, if we get a big truck out here, they can't make it up the hill. So unfortunately, we have to keep making trips of 200 or 300 gallons at a time. Yeah. So hopefully, I mean, I don't know if there's plans of relocating that, that tank, but with our new generator, I think it comes with a underneath storage. So, you know, a big truck can probably reach that, but unfortunately, the way where the tank is located right now, it's on top of the hill by the old building, so
You can't make it up.
we can't make it up. We can't get a trailer up there. Yeah. We have 900 gallon tanks, trailer tanks, but they won't make it up.
And that's for number 3?
That's for the wastewater treatment plant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then on 131, we have found blown fuse in bar screen due to weather, and it said contractor $6,100. When I read that, it looks like we paid $6,000 to change a fuse.
No, so that was multiple trips all in one. I can get you the description of that invoice, but it was multiple trips, and then they had to order the fuse, and then we ended up replacing the breaker as well. So that was the high ticket item.
Yeah, so it seems like a lot to change a fuse.
Well, yeah, it was the breaker and the fuse that all combined together. I'll find that invoice and I'll email it to you. But that was actually pretty reasonable rather than other vendors.
They spent a lot of time.
Yes, yeah. And the cost of the fuse, so it was the main breaker basically. Yeah.
So,
Have a motion to accept the operator's report.
I'll make a motion, we accept the operator's report.
Second.
All in favor?
Thank you. The poop stations are popular.
yeah.
They're
for
using
sure.
them?
Yeah.
Cool.
We had to replace the bags yet?
Yes. Yeah.
So what is it looking like so far?
We're-
Once a week, once
Yeah,
every
about
couple
once
weeks?
a week. About once a week.
That's good.
So that's a group of the bags there, and then the guy kept, my local guy kept another roll, so if we need to
Okay.
reorder, just let me know.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright, Taylor, you're up.
Alrighty, that first page was the permits, for item number B, the stormwater quality permit, that new permit has been signed and submitted. We also submitted your annual report for the 6th year, for the design projects on the joint project. Nothing new to report there, we're still waiting for FEMA to kinda get squared away. I'll be honest with you, we've seen a ton of turnover at FEMA because of the new administration. People quitting, people being relieved of their job. I will say I've gotten no less than 6 emails on people that have worked on that sort of stuff, sending emails out to all their contacts. Oh, you're not gonna be using this so and so, because I no longer work for. So, anyways, just interesting tidbit there. East-Stitch Maintenance, we have contracts for signatures tonight. For the wastewater treatment plant, we have pay application number 7 in the amount of $163,303 that we recommend payment. For the district project, sanitary sewer rehab phase 2, that construction is almost complete. We did have a pay application for $48,240. I apologize, we sent that right after last month's meeting and I missed it on the report. Charleston Park irrigation maintenance, the operators installed the electrical conduit to the sprinkler, and we're gonna get them out here next week. Everything will be set up by the end of next week. For the water plant number 2 electrical upgrades, we have pay application number 9 in the amount of $9,200, and then we have pay application number 10 and final in the amount of $27,573.45 that we recommend payment. Joey, I meant to send you the district acceptance letter. There was an error on it for my team. Plantation Village drainage improvements, that construction is substantially complete, and we're awaiting turf establishment. So I'll have
Are you
to-
talking about the one from FEMA?
Which one?
No, the acceptance letter from what?
Oh, no. This
Oh,
is
on a contract.
Our contract,
Okay.
yeah.
Got it, okay.
For the FEMA public acceptance, like I reported, we were 24,000. We're trying to get the automatic transfer set up. They were supposed to have sent an email to Julie, but I think it got lost, so I'm checking in on that. For bond application number 10, we did receive the declaration of administrative complete letter on 3/12/2025. That just means that it's been declared administratively complete and it is under review. For sanitary sewer sinkholes, sinkholes have been repaired. During the repairs, another issue with the storm sewer was located, and I've attached a change order number 1 in the amount of $31,910. This is right next to the bridge. The storm sewer right next to the sanitary was found to be completely gone, and so they're removing and replacing. If you guys have seen the big hole over there.
Is the one on the golf course then?
No, this is the one next to the bridge, on River Plantation Drive, just right up the road.
Okay.
The one on the golf course, we'll get to in a second.
Okay.
That's the next item, 703 Fairway. So we're finishing up the design and, we're just requesting authorization to move forward with the emergency repairs. Right now, we do not have a price. We've started sending it to contractors. We submitted the emergency repair request to the TCEQ to be able to remove ourselves from having to do bidding requirements. But I'm also asking for authorization to advertise and bid should they turn us down. I think we have a good case because of the location and the public safety, but I wanna make sure I double check. For 726 Stonewall Jackson, Mario gave me the televising tonight, so my team will review that. 707 Stonewall Jackson, we visited that set and inspected it. The sinkhole was the same as it has been, so we just have it on the list for the next bond application. And the last item is the Cornerstone Church waterline extension. I passed out a separate cost estimate. It is in the amount of $99,456 to extend the 8-inch water line across to the church. So my communication with them is they're gonna do everything with the sanitary, so they're gonna build their own lift station. We did have a discussion about the possibility of the district taking over the maintenance responsibilities of it, meaning the district would be no money in their pocket, but they would be responsible for maintaining it. We've done that in districts in the past. There's an agreement. They put the easement in the name of the district. Something that bring to the board to see if y'all are interested in doing it. If you need more details, let me know. Other than that, if you guys, I mean, what will end up happening is this will be the tap fee essentially for the church. So since they're a non-taxable entity, normally how we do it is we kind of work into their tap fee, the cost to connect water to them, and kind of subsidize the fact that they're never gonna be taxed into their tap fee. So you kind of just gain it all up front with the tap fee. So they're usually pretty expensive.
They still pay for the water, right?
They still pay for the water, correct. They still pay for the water, everything like that, but they'll cover the cost of the construction, the engineering related to building that line out as part of their tap fee. So, if you guys are okay with that, then we'll move forward with the design and
Sure.
and
Have a motion?
that.
For that item. I make a motion that we, only charge the Cornerstone Church the cost of adding a tap line to the church.
Well,
That we approve them to move forward with it.
yeah, we would come up with a different tap fee, so this would be the construction cost you would kind of pay out of pocket. That would be a pass-through to them, along with anything else that came up, along with the engineering required for us to design and do construction management on it.
Are they aware of the cost yet?
I have discussed it to him just off the cuff, back of the envelope numbers, but after this meeting, I'm gonna work up the actual tap fee and send him the official letter.
So right now, we're just approving sending the.
That's correct.
A second.
All in favor? What else you got?
The other thing was to, just authorization to advertise and bid if necessary for the 703 Fairway Oaks storm sewer failure. And I'm gonna lump into that approval that if we can just get a bid from a contractor, that 2 board members maybe have the authorization to approve it. Up to, I'm gonna say $200,000 is what I have right now. if it were to come more, we may have to do a special meeting just to make sure we're on top of it.
Anybody wanna make a motion? I'll make a motion that we advertise for a contractor for
703.
703 Fairway Oaks. And that if it's less than 200,000, we have 2 board members that can approve it.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is that it?
That's all I have.
Hey, on the golf course one, you talked to the manager there,
Mhm.
did you work out who's gonna pay for the concrete,
On the,
cart path?
cart path, I have not worked that out, no. Are they interested in doing it?
I think they should.
Okay. Yeah, we'll work that out. I need to contact him anyways that we're moving forward with everything, so, I have a text string with him. I've been keeping him up to date, so I'll give him a call tomorrow and talk through it.
Very good.
Alright, motion to approve the engineer's report.
I make a motion to approve the engineer's report.
Second. Second.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Violation of district rules, public hearing for violation of district rules and damage to district property and assessment of penalties. Do we have anything, Paul?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I will tell you, I contacted the constable's office one more time on Maldonado and, informed them that it was the 4th time I had left a message and was told that I would get a phone call at 6 AM tomorrow morning, so we'll see if I do. So, anyway.
So convenient.
Yeah. Alright, do we wanna go into executive session? Or do we need to do the litigation related to damage to the district water facilities by Takas in open session or executive session?
Well, I don't have an
Yeah,
action
okay.
item for that. I can give a brief update. It's probably better to do it in executive, but we don't
Okay.
have an action item tonight, unfortunately.
Okay,
And Julie, just so you know, that's on the agenda just in
Every month?
case we needed to take
Okay.
action, but, because there was there's been a
Right.
little bit of recent activity,
okay,
but that was not on the agenda knowing, you know,
Okay.
for sure that we would take, my expectation is we just carry that,
okay,
while this is ongoing, so that if
That's
all
right.
of a sudden they called Paul yesterday and offered to pay, everything that they owe, that, you know, we could approve that, for example, so.
okay. Alright, do we have so do you wanna go into executive? Or,
I don't need to,
Okay.
Julie.
okay, so we're good?
Yes.
Do we have any pending business? Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Next meeting is
April,
I have
24th.
April
24th
24th.
at 6:30